Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Rail video. So today's video is not gonna be a guide, not going to be anything like that. Castory's guide is still under editing, so do look forward to that. It's going to be a little different. It's gonna be a different edit. It's not gonna be a simple edit. Today we're specifically going to be talking about the situation with Star Rail right now, right? I think there's been like a lot of opinions about this, especially these past few days, especially when we go into the second anniversary and how different it is to the first anniversary, right? I'm gonna talk about what is going on right now and just gonna tell you a brief opinion on what I have on it as well. This is not a hate video, but it's merely my opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree with my opinion. So the first one, everyone already knows it. It's a damn meme by now. It's global passive, right? It's already a meme at this point, right? Okay, for me, the fact that casters have a global passive is huge, right? By just having your account, you can revive. Okay, if we're talking about a global passive alone, for me, personally, it's not a big deal. It's only reviving, right? I mean, that's great now. F2P players can revive. Bailu is not going to, he's gonna get power crept, and what I know, I think is Fushan E2 with the revive, but again, it's a good thing to have, right? But my main issue with this is not that casteries have this global passive, is that if they introduce this to casteries, then who knows what will be in the future, right? We don't know what will happen in the future, right? Maybe they're going to put another global passive, who knows? We're gonna have a new March 7, right? And then we're gonna have like a Cyrene, if you know the Elijah XP. She might have another global passive, who knows? Because I mean, you know, Cyrene is, I think, I don't know, this is just a hunch, but it was kind of maybe the main boss or something like the powerful character, maybe, just a maybe, right? Now that's number one, global passive, right? I think it's actually bullshit. Actually, for me, it's kind of insane that having casters in your account have this global passive for you. But again, for me, the main issue is not the global passive on casters, is that the global passive is going to come in the future. Imagine if we have like crit rate, crit damage buff for global passive, like that's going to be fucking broken, right? That's one. Second one, power creep HP inflation. I think this has been an issue for pretty much ever since 3.0. For me personally, MOC just becomes a huge one. I actually made a video about that. If you want to see, feel free to check it out. There's a video about that. But there is just no way, like this time I can clear MOC only because I have castrate, right? But the previous ones are not as hard as this. Like the HP inflation is crazy. I understand that games have HP inflation and power creep is inevitable, but at least make it possible, right? And they are going to do this. They are addressing the power creep issues later on 3.4 by buffing some old characters like Sealy, Jingliu, Blade, and the others, other DPSs. But again, it doesn't change the fact that the HP inflation is crazy, and now this is driving F2P players out to play endgame, right? And like it just becomes a quick cash grab. And on the topic of cash grab, which we're going to be discussing later, this anniversary is just point full towards fucking whales, man. Like, take a look at this. Let's take a travel log and let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, first we have events, but if you take a look at the second anniversary events, let's see what we have. Okay, like a freebie, 20 pulls, yes. You get 33 pulls, which is good every time. But here's the thing. This is the scummy part. First of all, super sales stick. Okay, this is definitely towards the whale, right? The whales, right? But then if you go to special ticket, there's also this, which I don't know why people will buy this, to be honest. It's fucking $1 for that. Again, I don't know. And the fact that we have this, people are protesting about this, but for me, to be honest, it's not really a big deal. I think it's a pretty good change of pace for the whales, you know, so that they can get something to flex instead of nothing to flex. Now they have something to flex, right? So again, I personally don't mind with this, but most likely some people will not take it lightly. Again, because all you can do, even if you get these light cones is you can only exchange it for these characters, right? And the only good characters are Rame or Locha. Also, on this topic, I suggest you to save if you already have Rame and Locha, so you don't need to worry about future characters. If you miss them, they might actually get added, and you can use these to gain that character. So again, save. If you don't have Rame though, I highly suggest you to have Rame, but if you already have Rame and you already have Locha, please just save it. No need to use it on anything else, right? Especially standard characters. You don't want to do this on standard characters, right? But again, back to the point, I think whales not going to benefit too much. It's just as a little bonus for them, especially when they already have basically most of the character. If you already top like 25,000 on each shots. So, but the main thing is that for me, it's the global passive, right? But people can see this as a scummy part from the Sariel part, because you know, why are you discounting whales? But again, you need to know that they need to make money, right? But yeah, I don't mind for those bonuses. What I do mind is the fucking global passive. What will happen during the future? And not to mention, they actually tried to sell Castery so hard that I remember logging into Sariel only to be surprised that this animation played in front of my eyes. I just thought that I was literally, I thought I was, you know, I just got into the story or something, but no, it was a fucking warp screen. So they do try to sell Casteries hard, right? And I understand that, but the global passive is not needed, Hoyoverse. It is not needed. So yes, currently, according to leaks, there's no other global passive for now, other than Casteries, but it doesn't mean future characters won't have global passive, because they already introduced one, right? There's a huge uproar everywhere, and I I'm actually disgusted by the idea of global passive. And I think a lot of people have been voicing concerns ever since the beta comes out, right? You know, the creator and other creator already, and they didn't listen, and they just kept it there. So yep, it's fucked up, right? That's number one. Number two, number three, cash grab is already done. Power creep is also done. And the final thing, I think this is, I don't think this is mentioned too much, or maybe this is not much of a big of a deal for you, but I see a lot of people actually talking about something that's been going on for a while ever since Aquarius comes, and that is that the damn story takes too fucking long. Too many yappings. Okay, 10 hours of yapping, and the quest just does not seem to be peak as Penacony, right? It's 10 hours of yappings. Look, I get it that a lot of people have been complaining, like, I don't mind playing longer quests if it's good, alright? But that peak Coney, that's what they say, and people have been saying that they fell off ever since Aquarius, right? I'm just gonna tell you from the perspective of me, again, especially when they bring up flame chasers. Yes, flame chasers. This is actually a parallel to the Honkai Impact third of one story arc about the flame chasers too, which is called Elysian Realm, right? And the writer for the story is same, is Shaoji. Yeah, people tell Shaoji. I know right now it'll be hard for you because, again, a spoiler alert, if you don't know, from 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, there's always character that's sacrificed. There's also a character that we can never meet anymore. It's hard to get attached, it feels sudden, and maybe it's just that some of the quests, some of the puzzles just does not seem to connect, right? That's the one part that I actually agree. I really hope they make it more meaningful, and that the fact that there are some dialogues that's just black screen, it's just straight up bad. Okay, a lot of people is bad. Again, feel free to agree or disagree with me. You know, you can like or dislike, it's up to you. I don't force you to like, I don't force you to dislike as well. Feel free to voice your opinions in the comment section below, and I have Discord server in case you want to join and to discuss more stuff. And yes, that's basically it for today. I love you guys. Also, Firefly, best girl, as always. And yes, I'll see you guys in the next video. This video is going to come up very soon, and yes, Thank you guys for watching. This is Dio and I'm out, everyone. Peace. Have a great day.